I'm John DeBella, and this is your Classic Rock Update for this week. We start out with Jeff Beck, brilliant guitarist. Every guitar player loves him. Got a brand new album out called Emotion and Commotion that is really good. Josh Stone singing on it. I think you'll love it. Check it out. But while he was making the album, one night he's cooking dinner at home and decides to add some carrots to the meal. He's chopping them up lengthwise. He's trying to get done quickly. He starts chopping faster and ends up chopping off the tip of his finger. Rushed to the hospital, they sew it back on. He saw his career go down the drain. He says he fell to his knees and said, "Oh dear, that's the end of me." Actually, the exact quote was much more colorful than that, but we have Jeff Beck and he completed the album. As a matter of fact, he completed something else, some insurance forms. His hands are now valued at $10 million. That's $1 million a finger. What brings rock band careers to their ends? What? Drug problems, creative differences. In the case of the Black Crowes, children. Black Crowes are on their way out onto the road to do their new tour, Say Goodbye to the Bad Guys. It starts in August, it ends in December, and when it's done, they say they're going on a hiatus for, well, they don't know how long. It comes down to this. Everybody's got kids and they want to stay home with them, so no one's locking into a new tour. But until then, everybody's at home with the babies. Doesn't sound very rock and roll. Billy Joel's former drummer, Liberty DeVito, is suing Billy over royalties. 30 years worth of royalties from 1975 to 2005. From the Turnstiles album to The Bridge, all that time, he has not seen a penny in back royalties. Well, it seems that they've come to an amicable decision on what he should be paid, although the amount of money has not been announced. Amicable, that's a lawyer's way of saying, well, it's done. Got another DVD to tell you about, this time featuring The Small Faces. There's a British documentary series called British Invasion that has been featuring Dusty Springfield, Jerry and the Pacemakers. There's one for the Hollies on its way. This time, Small Faces. Call All or Nothing, and in it you will get All or Nothing. Ian McLaughlin, who was in the band, thought that there was no footage on them at all. He said the band always used to get jealous that they always saw The Who on TV and there was all of this stuff sitting there in the background. Nothing on them. There's 25 different videos that show up in this, like Tin Man and Itchy Coo Park. So if you're a Small Faces fan who really wants to see how the band began, here's the DVD for you. Small Faces, All or Nothing, 1965 to 1968.
Every time I see your face, it reminds me of the places we used to go.
Ringo Starr had a laugh at his own expense last week. He was at an event in London and a fan comes running out of the crowd saying, "I have a bet with my friend for 50 pounds that you were in the Rolling Stones. And I know she's wrong. You were in the Bee Gees." Well, Ringo started to laugh and said, "You know what? I guess I do look a bit like Robin Gibb." He does. All right, let's get psychedelicized. It seems that construction workers working on John Lennon's old Weybridge estate have found his acid. Little vials of LSD, or at least what were supposed to be little vials of LSD. You know the Weybridge estate. This is the one where John Lennon played Imagine on the white piano. Well, it was that house. And prior to going to India to meet up with the Maharishi with the rest of the Beatles, John decided to take his LSD and bury it in the ground. He was denouncing drugs altogether, but just in case, wanted to have a little stashed around. Well, when he got back, he renounced the Maharishi, wanted nothing to do with him, and wanted his LSD back. He never found it again. These construction guys just did. The bottles were empty. It's evaporated. It's gone. The cork was broken, but they have been found. And you know that is going to show up at an auction. And this is the end of our Classic Rock Update. You'll find a new one here every Monday morning at WMGK.com. Till then, I'll see you on the radio. Classic Rock 102.9 MGK.